Cancer. How are you guys doing? Are you well? Welcome to my channel. For those of you who are back, it's really good to have you here again. If you are new, welcome. I appreciate the views. I appreciate those of you who are back once again to share in my energy. It's really been wonderful, you know, getting the feedback, seeing the channel grow, getting all the positive messages from you guys, the comments, and also the energies that I've been experiencing and feeling, the energies that I've been channeling. Really beautiful stuff going on. There's such powerful shifts taking place in the atmosphere. There's such powerful energies coming in. It's wonderful to experience, and I trust that you guys are doing well, that you are feeling good, that you are feeling different in your energy, that there is positivity coming in, that you are feeling lighter in your heart space. For those of you who are new, I'm High Priestess Elif, spiritual healer, spiritual life coach, born gifted, intuitive reader. I channel most of my reading. I do read the cards. They help me to interpret a lot of the messages, the energy and the impressions that Spirit brings through to me. Just makes it a little bit easier for me. Also makes it fun. It is supposed to be satisfactory. Our life experience, everything that we do, the energy that we bring, the exchanges that we bring about, it's supposed to be satisfying. Beloved Spirit wants me to share with you, try not to take everything so seriously. Everything that I say, from the time that I begin to read or to record, I'm channeling. Before I start my readings, I do go into meditation. I open a channel between myself and my subscribers. So those of you who have subscribed, that's great. Thank you so much for your subscription, first of all, but because it does make it possible for other people who need to receive these messages to receive them, but also you open a space to receive remote healing, a channeled healing from me and my guides to you for the heart chakra and in the areas of love for you, breakthroughs, helping you in your awakenings. So everything that I say is me channeling. I don't have a personal opinion. I'm not sharing a personal story. Sometimes I do use analogies and personal stories because it makes the most sense in terms of what Spirit is showing me. I need to share with you. I receive messages, energy, impressions. I'm shown into various areas. I'm channeling a lot of different things, and it is my job to interpret that, what Spirit is showing me symbolically and in terms of energy for you in a way that you can understand. So I will use these various ways and things, and sometimes I will bring across certain points and share certain things with you. It is channeling. Everything is me channeling from Spirit. Spirit knows who's going to come here to receive these messages and who needs to hear these messages. So I always ask that you take a deep breath, settle into your intuition, ask your guides and keepers to guide you through this reading, to help you to recognize, to know from your intuition, not from your thinking mind, intuitively from your soul, whether or not this reading is for you, whether the messages are for you. Take what resonates, take what feels right, take what you are guided towards hearing. Some of the things I say will echo a little bit louder. It'll echo and it'll vibrate through your being. It might trigger you in some ways. Doesn't mean that it's not good for you. Ask your guides and keepers to help you to be open to receive the messages that you need to receive for your highest good especially those that you do not have or that you are not inclined to be willing to accept ordinarily because there may be a blockage. It is to serve, to help you to grow, to expand, to evolve, and not to hinder. Spirit is saying once again, beloved, it is supposed to be easy. It is supposed to be satisfactory. Your life experience is meant to be enjoyed. Don't push up against things so much. Take it easy. Don't take things so seriously. Don't identify with things that disrupt you, upset you, disturb you in your soul. Your energy is precious, beloved. So I'm doing a love reading for Cancer. For the month of July, we are taking a look at what is happening for you in the area of love. I am focusing specifically on my twins. Those of you on a twin flame journey. So if you are not on a twin flames journey, it probably will not resonate. If you are drawn to watch this video or the reading, there might be something for you, and therefore your guides are drawing you to it. But there might be certain things that I say that don't completely make sense to you. Once again, it is a general reading. Take what resonates. Leave what does not. The archangels in the north, south, east, and west have their sacred flames burning. You have entered a sacred space. As I said, there is a channeled remote healing taking place that I am sending in your direction. Allow yourself to be open and to accept this gift, this expression of love from my guides and keepers, from the angel guides, from your guides and keepers. That's why you've been led here. The twin flame journey is a spiritual awakening. It is not an easy one, but it is so rewarding. It is so beautiful. Really, our life experience is beautiful, and having the opportunity to settle deeper into our true self, to align more with our soul, who we are on a soul level, which is who we really are, just gives us the opportunity to experience this life experience, this 3D reality with so much more joy, bliss, depth, satisfaction. After all, it's what you've come here to do. Your soul is infinite wisdom. Everything that you live and experience, even those things that seem to be treacherous, painful, that seem to be so far from what you would ever choose, your soul knows. You are creating your life as you move from one day to the next. You have been creating your reality. Many of us just don't know it and don't realize it. For those of you who have taken the time to like, to comment, and to subscribe, once again, I want to thank you for supporting me, for supporting my channel, but most importantly, for supporting yourself on your journey. All of the research that you do, all of the answers and the guidance that you seek, that is you opening yourself, extending yourself for wisdom, higher knowledge, guidance from the guides and keepers. It is not me. I'm just a human being, and not everything that I bring to you is going to be for you, and not everything's going to resonate with you, and that's okay. Don't ponder too much on what doesn't feel right. Let it pass you by. Maybe it's for somebody else. Your energy is precious. I say this all the time. But open your heart to what feels right for you and what uplifts you, and what resonates for you in a positive way, beloved, because you are precious. So I'm giving thanks to my guides and keepers for opening the channels for healing to my collective, my Cancerian collective. And I give thanks for the messages, the guidance that is going to be brought for my collective to hear and to receive, and those who are guided here to receive. Thank you for helping me to be a clear channel and for clarity on my part. We are doing things slightly differently. For those of you who have watched last month's zodiac reading, I did say that I'm going to be focusing on the twin flames moving forward with my zodiac readings because of the times that we live in and the energy, the powerful energy that, and I'm sure you will hear it when you go onto other readers channels. You will hear a similar message because we are all picking it up. And for those of you watching who are light workers, who are open intuitively, you are picking it up too. Many of you, there's a powerful shift, there's a powerful pulling together that's taking place, and we really want to, I really want to, when I say we, me, my guides, we really want to support the twins, the twin flames, those on a twin flame journey through their awakening, because it is a spiritual awakening. So how I'm doing it is I'm looking at the divine masculine's energy separately, and I'm looking at the divine feminine's energy separately as an introduction. What I'm doing with that is I'm telling you what is happening in the 3D, what has happened, and where you guys are currently. It also gives a nice indication of how your energies are lining up in the 3D and the 5D. Okay? And then, but more so in the 3D. And then I'm going to look at what's happening for you in the month of July on your twin flame journey with your DM. So I'm looking at your DM's energy, but you are one soul. So in essence, I am looking at your energy as a unit, as a whole. You are one soul. You are not separate. Your minds are separate, your bodies are separate, but you are one soul. And so we are just looking at where you are on your soul level, in your spiritual awakening as a twin flame, on your journey. Okay? Thank you, Spirit. Oopsie. Okay, I've got to take those. You know, I'm feeling surrounded, Cancer, by so much love. This is your energy. This is your and your person's energy. There is so much healing I'm seeing it being poured down onto you. If you close your eyes right in this moment and you just breathe into your center, into yourself, your soul, you will feel that energy flow over you. If you have any doubt that things are shifting and that everything is working in your favor and that you are loved and divinely guided, just feel that. Just feel that, because I see it everywhere. It is bringing such a calm over me as I am channeling for you. It is so beautiful. The divine masculine, and as I always say, I'm not referring to gender, I'm not referring to sex, I'm referring to the energy in your dynamic. So you have the divine masculine and feminine, but it can be two same-sex people in your dynamic, twin flame dynamic. So I'm referring to the energy in the union. Okay, because we have duality in the 3D. We have yin and yang. That's what you represent as a twin flame couple. okay, as a twin flame. You are a twin flame, the two of you. And the divine masculine simply represents the negative polarity, not as in negative the way the mind will associate it with being negative, but just simply that the energy is negative and your energy is on the positive polarity. We use divine masculine and feminine because our mind has a tendency to want to make things right or wrong. So if I say the negative polarity, you automatically see your divine counterpart as being the negative in the dynamic. But it's not the case. It just means that the two of you experience the energy here in your dynamic, in your awakening differently. And it shows up differently. So you are generally, as the divine feminine, the one that is the chaser, the searcher, the one that is experiencing the spiritual awakening on a very conscious level. And your divine masculine, which is your counterpart, is experiencing it also, but on a slightly more unconscious level. It is very, very, it is strongly felt on a soul level for both of you. It's just in your 3D. And on in your energies, which is more of the 5D, you are experiencing it as two different polarities because that's what the nature of this reality is. But on a soul level, there is no duality or polarity. There it just is love. So on a soul level, it just is. And that's a beautiful thing to know because it means that the two of you are wherever you are on your soul journey. That's a really nice indicator. What is happening for you on a soul level is happening for your divine masculine because you are one soul. How it shows up in the 3D could be slightly different. But what is happening for the divine masculine is Spirit is saying to me that for this divine masculine, they've started to embrace, because it's not a brand new energy. It could be a new energy for some, but they've started to embrace a beautiful relationship that they didn't even realize they had with, I'm seeing a mother figure, an older friend perhaps, a mature person, a wise woman. That's what I'm seeing. So it could be a mother. It could be, what I'm seeing is that there was a bit of distance whilst this divine masculine was going through their inner child healing, possibly as a result of trauma that they experienced, and they might have projected that onto this feminine or this female. But something shifted for them inside. Something shifted for them, and they have really begun to draw nearer to, and this female in their lives have embraced them in some way and been able to draw them in. There's been a shift in the energy, and I think it's what I'm seeing is it's angelically guided, that they've just pulled together. Spirit says a lot of the blockage here was based on, and a lot of what you experienced, the way this person treated you, and a lot of what they did that you couldn't understand was based on a mother wound, a distrust for the feminine. That's why it showed up in your dynamic. And because there's been such awakening taking place, it's really created such a healing energy to shift and to alter and to transform a lot of the energy Please forgive me, guys. I'm finding, because there's such a major download of energy here, that to find the right words, when things happen on a soul level, they happen in such a powerful way that words don't always do it justice. That's why sometimes it's better for you to just drop and settle into your soul, into your true self, and to just be there and to just feel it. And this is what Spirit wants me to share with you. There is a tendency to hope and to want and to expect your divine counterpart to express to you all the things that you experience on a soul level, because you want recognition you want validation that they recognize that there's some level of recognition. And it doesn't work. It doesn't always happen that way. Most times it doesn't, because you'll see it in their energy. They'll express it by default. It's not something they're able to put into words, because they're a different polarity. They intuitively guided to act. They're inspired to act and to do things and to express and to show how they feel. But often to put it into words, it's not going to come out of their mouths the way that it comes out of yours. And it might leave you feeling disappointed. But Spirit is saying what's happened because of this, because of where you are in the awakening, and because you've found yourself settling into alignment with your soul. You found yourself doing your meditation. You found yourself going deeper. You found yourself becoming more and more accepting and understanding what this is, even though it doesn't look the way that you expect, or others may expect it to look in the 3D. You have a soul recognition and understanding, and because of the honoring of your soul that is beginning to become a part of your daily life, the energy shifted so much, not only in your life, but in your counterpart's life as well. And this is what's pulled this person, this woman, it's very possibly a mom or a mother figure, pull them together. And there's this nurturing that's been happening. Spirit shows me that this is the person that he's been talking to about you. This is the only person that he's really been expressing in the best way that he can. And Spirit shows me he doesn't even need to express. Oftentimes he says very little. He's just being held. Space is just being held for him by this person, this mother figure, and she just knows the depth because she recognizes it on some level. This is the person he's been confiding in, and he's been able to call a lot of his essence back. This is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. I understand why. When I sat down to meditate and I asked Spirit which signs I should read for, I thought I should read for the earth signs, and Spirit said to me very loudly, Cancer has to be read for. And I thought, let me pull, some zodiac cards just to see, okay, who should I read for? And Spirit said Cancer again. And now I'm understanding why. This is a beautiful message. In this coming together, in this drawing, this pulling back together of this relationship with this mother, your divine masculine has been able to experience mothering because they were now open and ready to receive the nurturing, the mother, and this figure was also in a place where they were able to just feel this warmth. This is divinely guided, guys. This is been such, Spirit shows me this image of this fairy tale. I don't know if you guys know about it, but you can search it on YouTube. It's Baba Yaga. It's a story um, about how, this child gets sent off into the dense woods, mistreated by the stepmom, and really afraid because everybody the village knows that. Well, you can go and watch it, but the basis of it is the village knows that when kids go into the woods, many times they don't come out because there's this awful witch that eats them. So terrified, she goes into the woods and has to do these. There's so much symbolism in it. I don't want to explain all of that, but there's a lot of symbolism in it. You can go and listen to the story if you want to, and you can research. So write down the different characters and the things that come through and the symbolism of it. And also search your soul for what these different tasks that this child has to do is symbolic of. But the witch doesn't end up killing her, ends up sending her home with a skull. And that skull, even though a lot, different people see different symbols in different way, but what the skull represents is when your flesh, when the outside is removed, and the true you, your bones, your marrow, that represents your roots, who you are, as through your ancestry for centuries and generations, you know, when all of that is stripped away and your structure remains, your skeleton is what holds you up, what gives you form and structure, what helps you to move forward. And then there is this light that shines through the eyes. It symbolizes wisdom that you can never unknow and you can never unsee. Anyway, it reminds me of that story. Spirit is showing me that story where this child goes into this dense woods fearing for her life, and this witch that she thinks is ugly and is terrified of ends up giving her the greatest gift of all. The reason why Spirit shows me this is often when we have mother wounds, when our experiences in childhood shape us and how we see our relationships with those around us that were supposed to make us feel safe and supposed to protect us. It distorts how our perspective of them, our perspective of mother, our perspective, we have many years, we have many minutes, many seconds, many hours. You can look at just this week. If I ask you, account for every second, you won't be able to. You will only highlight the things that you feel stands out for you. There's so much of your life this week that you have not accounted for because you have not been present in every second and every minute. And when we experience uncomfortable things and certain traumas, our ego identifies with those things, and that becomes what we begin to look out for to protect ourselves. But there's so much more in life and so much more to life. And what Spirit is showing me is that this relationship, this mother wound, this relationship with mom was distorted. There was a lot that your person internalized, but there was a lot that they didn't hold on to that was really beautiful. And this experience, through this awakening, has really brought this back around in a sense, where they came to realize, they are realizing now that who they saw as this witch, distorted figure that could harm them and hurt them, gave them the best medicine of all. This is also powerful in healing ancestry, bloodline, and the feminine within, because your mom is your first symbol of that. Beautiful stuff, guys. I know this is part of the reading. I have to channel what spirit brings through. So your person has had to make a choice. This choice, spirit says, they've been at this point evaluating, knowing that they've got a choice to make, they've got a path to choose before you even came into their lives. You amplified this because you were a further trigger and a further symbol of the choice that needs to be made. And they stood at this threshold for a long time, trying to decide, analyze, trying to use their rational, their logic, and okay. The divine masculine is usually the one that has a tendency to try and process what they feel through the logic. And they found themselves for the longest time standing at the bottom of the stairs, which goes two ways, knowing they've got to decide, are they going through that door or that door, even before you came into their lives. And through this awakening, and because many of you have been doing the work, they realized at one point that they were at the door that is their choice. They didn't even realize that they were walking up the stairs, that they were making their way towards a door. They just found themselves before it, and they knew as they stand before that door, they know this is the one. Intuitively, divinely guided. And that door, beloved, leads to you. These eclipses, these powerful shifts with the planets, as they say, the stars are aligning. They have been aligning. Very, very favorable energy. Very, very favorable energy. For the divine feminine, for you, Spirit says to me that for you, the path was always clear. This makes sense. You are the divine feminine. However, when you experienced the dark night of the soul, that you found yourself after this initial beautiful romantic period of just feeling drawn to one another and feeling this amazing connection and this recognition and all of that, and then it becoming a nightmare because things were just not going the way that you believed they should. There was this this vast contrast that you became aware of between what was happening during the day in the light, in the 3D, I'm using symbolism, and what was happening intuitively. What was happening when your counterpart would find themselves automatically expressing certain things, and then the actions they would take would be different. There was this contrast. And even for you, what you felt on a soul level intuitively and what you now wanted in your life, you were not sure. You went through doubt. And you started to doubt a lot of what you initially believed. This was not an easy thing. But the path was always illuminated for you. It remained that way no matter what. That took you into what felt like a bit of a maze, going round and round in circles, trying to process and work through and evaluate these different characters that were part of this dynamic. that were part of this story all of a sudden, trying to figure out who fits where and what is going on and how do I, am I getting lost? Am I going the right way? Bumping into different people, having friction. And finding yourself feeling really lost and afraid. And that is the dark night of the soul. Trying to figure out what to do with all of this. What is happening with these different characters and your person and this dynamic. Experiencing overwhelming emotions. Spirit shows me that there is someone here, or for some of you, you actually had dreams about drowning or finding yourself in a flood because this was symbolic of you just feeling that you are drowning in your emotions. And then all of a sudden, movement, a feeling that the energy is shifting, that things are moving, that things are coming in, that there's a flow. That there is a flow. That is where you guys are at the moment. Thank you, Spirit. What is happening for Cancer, for this twin flame in the month of July? Heartbreak, broken hearts being healed. Beautiful. The star comes out. Wish fulfillment. This has been destined. It has been destined. And as I said, the stars have aligned and there is healing. In the past, you've put this person, many of you have had to put this person into the timeout, said, you don't know how to treat me, you are not doing me or yourself any justice here, this is not the way that, this is not the dance we're doing. Many of you have had to do that. This has led to this divine masculine who had a tendency to wear a mask, be in their personality, enjoy the energy, move forward with energy, but not really take any real solid stable action, and would say certain things but do not actually see it through. That really made this masculine that was in that energy gain new perspective. Now I'm seeing that there has been a lot of inner conflict, a recognition that some sort of change needs to take place, envy, why are things not the way they should be, why is my person or my divine masculine not with me and choosing to be elsewhere, going through those regular ego stuff. Feeling it and really suffering on that level. I'm seeing that there is an opportunity and there is a moving towards that really, really being something of the past. I see that, and it makes sense that there is that someone here is being released. They are releasing themselves from self-imposed bondage. Spirit says this is twofold. You are one soul. You've been releasing yourself from self-imposed bondage because instead of focusing on the ego stuff, what's happening in the 3D, you know, why not me? Why this? Making a fool of me, being angry, pointing a finger, judging. Why is this person being such a fool? Through this awakening, there's been a settling in of looking at things from a spiritual perspective and having a deeper understanding and more compassion for yourself and for your divine masculine, that this is a journey and that everybody's doing the best that they can. This has released you from the ego bondage, a lot of it. And that's what's helped you to break free from self-imposed bondage, because you're not here so much, you hear more. So there is a knowing that everything is going to be perfect, even if it means that things don't get to turn out the way that you want. There is a trusting on a soul level. There is a trusting of source. There is a trusting in love. And that's where your breakthrough comes in. For your divine masculine, how it looks is exactly what I described initially in their healing process. As I said, the ego's been melting away. There's been a lot of things. There has been a lot of change for both of you. There have been things happening. You have been experiencing that you look at certain people that you thought very highly of, and when they spoke, you trusted them, that you're hearing beyond their words. You're starting to see the truth. You're starting to see the shadows in many areas, in relationships and situations in your life. You know that things are different. It's because you are different. You've transformed. What you may not know, for those of you who are not in contact, is that what is happening in your energies is there is a power, a sense of inner power, a sense of self. The ability, the clarity, the strength to bring the wisdom of the soul into this reality, into this 3D life. There is no listening to other people. There is knowing. And that's happening for both of you. You both know what you want, and you know how to make it happen and to bring it into this reality. You are hoping that the sneaky behavior, the player behavior, the back and forth behavior will be healed and something of the past. What Spirit wants you to know is, on a soul level, that never ever existed. It never exists. There's only pure love there. You just found yourself worrying about that, focusing in on that, and giving it more power and attracting more of it for too long. But that is something of the past. I'm seeing your divine masculine really owning their clarity, owning what is true for them. Coming to a place where things make sense, where they allow their rational mind, their logic to serve their soul's truth. And there's communication coming in here about new energy. And they're coming in to tell you that they never ever gave up, that they never stopped working, that they never stopped striving, that they always believed that in the end they would find their way. And wish fulfillment, the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups. There is a beautiful coming together of the energy that exists with between the two of you, which is that of deep intuition and street smart. Logic that aligns with and serves intuition. And therefore we have this wish fulfillment, this 10 of Cups. Definitely a passionate communication coming in here for you, Cancer. This has been a beautiful reading. Beautiful reading. Your person is starting to believe that the impossible is possible. And they really feel that they've been set free from their delusions. They know what is. And they know that you are their soulmate. They might not know, understand the twin flame stuff, but to them, they know that this is a soulmate. And they are wanting reunion in the 3D. Because in truth, you've never been apart. You are one soul. Beloved, that is your reading for the month of July. Thank you so much for being here and for watching to the end. If you are interested in a personal reading, you are welcome to contact me. My email is in the description box below. I am a spiritual life coach too, so you can, if you want to have coaching done, you can contact me regarding that. And I would be honored to bring you guidance on your journey. Do what is best for you. You are certainly on the right track. Align yourself with the messages that Spirit has brought through to you, so that it serves your highest good. So much love for you in the universe and everywhere around you. And I'm sure you felt it when I asked you to just check in and feel what was pouring over you. Love and light to you, Cancer. I will see you guys next time. Bye now.